Toast Talk. Well, welcome to Toast Talk.
Welcome to Toast Talk, our 879th episode of
Oh
Toast
shit!
Talk.
I should probably bring up the.
Yeah. Everybody should
Bullshit.
probably make sure it's working.
Have you started recording? Because I.
Yeah.
It's actually called
Yes,
streaming, Jose.
Do
All right, I hear me. I hear Jose. I'm waiting to hear Palmer. I hear Palmer.
you hear me?
Red leather, yellow leather.
I really got to
Episode
figure out the
number is
lighting
this? I don't
on my
know.
side
It says offline
desperately.
for me.
Oh, we're up. We're
We're
good.
up. Yeah, I see it. Anyways, what episode is this? What is
33?
is it?
Maybe.
Pretty sure.
Feels like we've done 8 million.
Oh, we do specials, Jose. We're special boys. Yeah, it's 33.
Well, welcome to Dark Mushroom Media, the live cast that we do when we feel like it.
Well, to be fair, like nothing happened. Like all the shit that we're going to talk about, a lot of it happened today. There was a few things that happened in the first couple weeks of the year.
Yeah,
Just
it's been
the way it is.
It's been a slow news time, but so we kind of skipped out on last week. But we're back. We're back in full force. We've got a bunch of interesting topics to discuss today. Some interesting little tidbits of news that have happened past 5 to 8 days or so. Yeah, I mean, see what we've got on our plate. As always, I'll hand it off to Tim, Mr. Lugan703.
Why me? What do we want to start it with? Well, we should probably talk about how, PC Race, Master Race, so we should probably bring up the whole Mortal Kombat thing. In that Mortal Kombat X is not getting any further support on the PC front, meaning it's not getting the netcode. That was the word I can't think of earlier. It's not getting the new netcode. It's not getting the new characters. It's just they're kind of done with it.
Well,
They're washing their hands.
the one thing
from what I read,
I will say about this is is the new netcode going to be patched into the original game, or is it only for the Mortal Kombat XL thing?
no, it's only for the consoles. Like it's only for the new shit. They're just done supporting it.
Well, okay, so,
That's why everyone's
my
super pissed.
My understanding is that they're not doing anything more with the base game. Like all the new netcode and stuff is going into the XL one, and that's only getting released on consoles. That's my understanding of this.
That's yes.
Okay.
That is also my understanding of this.
Okay, so
And this says naturally
Better
make
radio.
PC players salty because they don't get the new improved netcode, because apparently the netcode's still pretty god awful from
it is pretty bad.
all the
in the few rounds
ranting
that
and
I've played
raving.
online, it is. That's interesting because I swear to God, I saw a video about them discussing a beta for people to be able to get in and test the new netcode, but I guess that might have been console only. Considering
Probably,
the
or they
news,
just
I'm gonna
lied.
Go ahead and assume it was just console only.
It's also
Maybe
possible they're
that
just
will be that.
liars, Palmer.
No,
They're
no,
bad
no.
people and liars.
Anybody
It was
that
a
wanted
strategic
us to buy
keeping of
Fatality
information.
coins can't possibly lie.
Strategic. Lying strategically. I like
Strategic
it.
with
New
bull.
tactic. But yeah, that
Is it a tactic? Is it really? I
that's
feel like
the
it's made people angry. I don't know how that's a tactic. If
Rage,
that was
yes.
what they wanted to do.
rage is what I'm taking from all this. But
They become
console's
id
best
software.
apparently.
It's creating.
And they
rage
sold
everywhere they go.
someone brought up the numbers from one of the Steam database websites, and they were like 500,000 different unique players, like 500,000 different people played it on its launch week. So it's not that it didn't sell. I guess it just didn't sell enough, or they just don't really care. I don't know.
It may be that
More
there's
to-
just not
it's
enough
probably
of a multiplayer base.
More
for it on
technical.
PC.
You
That's
really
also
think so?
possible.
Yeah, I would. I would.
It's
imagine
generally
that-
like that with fighters.
Yeah, that fighting
that are
games tend to
on both.
have most of their fan base in console versions.
Like I don't even who uses a mouse and keyboard for a fighting game? Like it's something you need a controller for,
Absolutely.
really, or a fight stick or whatever. But this is done by Warner Brothers, who also had the Batman Abomination last year. But they also put out Mad Max at the end of the year, which was like one of the best ports I've played ever. So
I think
I don't
you
know,
can
just weird.
That's more of a testament to the developers than because
That's true.
That developer has a long history of creating
they were-
really
that's-
good PC ports.
The Just Cause 2 guys,
Yeah.
or
Even-
Just Cause,
even though
Just Cause. Man.
Cause 3 was
Yeah, right. To be fair, it came out at the end of December. I need to get that at some point. But anyway, yeah. So that whole thing happened, and that's the current rageness from PC gamers of the day. What
We
came
have
out
a lot
recently?
of that.
Oh, we do. Came out just today or yesterday was Darkest Dungeon, something that we've briefly mentioned on the show. Dungeon crawling roguelike, very unforgiving, touches of Lovecraft thrown in. It's pretty funsies. I haven't actually played it since launch. I haven't played it in months. But from everything it's kind of a mixed bag. From what I'm reading on the Steam forums and the Reddit, people are pretty happy with it. People are like, they have added like pretty much no content. They've seen points contradicting that, so I don't know. I haven't had the time to really dive into it. It's one of those games you're gonna dump many hours into, and I probably will over the course of between now and when we do the next cast. So it's something more I'll bring up on the next cast. But thus far, from everything I'm seeing, it seems pretty positive down the line
Okay.
as far as the release goes.
Oh.
Early access success story, as some has labeled it as. So there is that.
Not too many of those these days.
Nah.
There was something that happened last year where like they changed something in the game's mechanics that made it either like super easy or changed like the hardcore nature of it. That
A
people
lot
were
of players
upset about.
complained that they made it very much. The difficulty was ramped up very much. So,
Oh, it was ramped up.
right,
Oh, good.
good. Yeah, I mean, it's not a even before that. It's not a casual stroll through a dungeon game. It's very fucking brutal. It's very painful. Lots of your people will die. It gets bad. They go insane. It's just there's all sorts of horrible things that can happen to you in that game. But it's pretty fun. I like the art style. It's one of those Christ, what's the name of that game? Dark Souls game type things where it's very painful, but when you finish that run or kill that boss or whatever the fuck, it feels good, man. One of those.
Is it a side scroller? Is it a top down? What is it?
It's like a side scroller thing. Like
Or
It's
combat
weird, you
is
gotta-
side scroller, right?
yeah, the combat side scroller. That's what the majority of the game is. There's like a town section where you can like manage stuff, but pretty much it's side scroller esque. It's not necessarily a side scroller, and it's kind of like moving art. It's weird.
Is it like
It's got
pixel
a
art,
it's got a
or-
no. It's like drawn,
Okay.
cartoonish, animation-ish, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's unique. It looks cool. Like I like the look of it, and I like the like I mentioned, the little touches of Lovecraft, and it's very horror themed. And you're going to like there's an announcer kind of announcing all your moves and shit, and he's constantly like, "Oh, our heroes are gonna fucking die." Well, he doesn't say that, but he basically
it's like-
says that. It's
It's
kind
like
of funny.
Bastion then, right? Sort of.
It's
in the sense that-
yeah,
Same
but
art
the guy's
style
a
too, I
lot
think?
more evil.
Ish?
No, not the same art style. Ish, maybe, I guess.
With like
And
the
the, like
the
blotched
kind of
out
3D.
kind of look.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But
Been
yeah,
on
I'll
my
have
radar
more on
for a
that one
while.
actually. Yeah, it's been on a lot of people's radar for a while. It's just because of early access. People were like, you know what, I'll wait till this thing's out, and now it's out, and people are digging it and playing it and whatnot.
Well, cool.
But yeah, it's just also it's an indie title, so it's relative. It's on the cheaper side. I think it was $20, and now it's at 25 since it officially
Yeah,
launched.
I
But
think
it's
I
been
saw
on
it
sale
on-
for like 10.
Yeah, I think I saw it on GOG for like 10.
Yeah, it's gone on sale a lot, but it's definitely something. If you like roguelikes, it's worth looking into and buying if
Okay.
you like the look of it.
Cool.
Any of you boys have something you want to bring up before we continue?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some of the Steam sale logistics that have been released from this latest sale. Apparently, this past sale was like one of Steam's like best in years. So we've been talking about like the new model that they've kind of pursued with everything, and how it's really just boring now. But
we
I
did
guess-
mention it is convenient.
Yeah. We did talk about the convenience of everything, but I don't know. I guess given the statistics from this last sale, there's really no incentive for Steam to change this like ever.
Ew.
If this ends up being a continuing trend, I mean, I guess it makes sense if everybody has a better opportunity to buy things. But I don't know. At the same time, I feel like we're losing out. You know.
Yeah, it's like we discussed, like when we discussed it for like a fucking hour. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's got its positives, but it's also got its negatives. Like, yeah, the conveniences of it is nice. Just going on Steam saying I want to buy this fucking game on sale, and you can do that. But then it takes away the whole like event thing and the whole flash sale, like waking up and being like, oh shit, what's on sale, or checking the sale at 1 in the morning. Like, fuck, it's 1 in the morning. Got to see what's on sale. But
Yeah.
again, it's convenience.
You
so.
just describe something super tedious, Tim.
Yeah, but it's like a horrifying addiction that just consumes you. It's like that, and you add that element in, it's fantastic.
That what it's like.
It's a high you You chase the dragon constantly. That's all it is. It's our hero.
And then speaking of other things, like, one thing
How did they break down the?
Well, go ahead.
I was just wondering if how do they break down those numbers, like on wherever you read it?
Oh,
there's many Steam websites that track anything from sales to player numbers to like just everything on Steam.
If you look at the chat in Skype, I think it was the first link that I wrote out. It's got a whole chart and everything. I'm not going to pull it up because it'll interfere with the display on this, but yeah, it should be linked in Skype.
I think it's Steam database or some shit like that, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
But yes, these sites exist and have for.
And then the other thing, did you guys? I forgot to post this in the notes before we started, but did you guys notice Amazon's new policy, 20% off all game pre-orders?
And it extends them for a couple weeks after release, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what else was there? The one thing that bummed me out about it, though, is the fact that there is a distinct lack of PC games available on that list.
Really?
Yeah, there were seven. That's it. Out of the entire fucking list of games that they have available. And they have a bunch of games that are available on console for 20% off, but not available for 20% off on PC, like, at all. So I think, like, Amazon needs to get their shit together on that one and figure out how to get those digital downloads ready to go for the 20% off. Because honestly, if you think about it, the digital downloads should be the ones that are 20% off. Like, right off the bat, there's no physical product there to manufacture.
Yeah, but if you're even somewhat savvy at this point, in this day and age, you can get more than 25% off if you put game on PC for pre-orders, so there is that.
Yeah, that is true. But, I mean, it's nice to know that, like, you know, for instance, we were talking about Homeworld earlier and the new game that just came out for that, and the fact that has not gotten any sort of discount, and if Amazon would have had it on as part of that policy, that would have been pretty cool, because then at least you got the guaranteed 20% off. So I guess it's nice to know that cushion's there. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure like one of the only games that like caught my interest at all that Amazon had up on sale for PC was Overwatch, and I was kind of tempted to pick that up because I'm probably gonna pick that up at some point anyways, because I really did enjoy the beta that we played. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting that Amazon needs to fix it. Other than that, it's a really great incentive for people to keep Prime.
I just didn't even notice it. I went to see. I've been thinking about pre-ordering XCOM, and I just went to see if XCOM was, and it was there. But maybe I just had it on, the Xbox One or PS4 tab, and not on the PC tab.
Actually, I think XCOM was like the only other one that was like coming out that caught my interest. But some other site, I think was it GMG? GMG ran like a 25% off coupon that worked with XCOM.
Yeah, there's another site that's doing.
When did
like
Amazon start doing this, or when did they announce it?
What was it? Yeah, middle of last week, I think.
Oh, because whenever I go on Amazon and when I'm not actually looking for something, it's like a link from a website saying that they have a specific sale, like a specific PC sale or specific Xbox sale. Maybe they just haven't, completely figured out what they're going to do with this video game.
Hey, yeah, fondle me, Elmo. We do talk to our viewers. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm actually just typing to him. Chat. Neither did I.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention there. Now that we've known,
Well, let's not have it completely just derail whatever's going on like we usually do. We can manage to keep that from happening.
Yeah, sort of. Every once in a while, we try to stay on.
Not even signed in.
It's a little Jose cares. Stupid fucks. But yeah, overall, I think the Amazon thing, it's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not disputing that.
I hope that they fix whatever's going on with PC pre-orders or whatnot. But yeah, as long as they do that, that's cool. What I like about it is not necessarily the pre-order; it's the fact that shit extends for a week or two. So you kind of, you can kind of see how people react to it, how reviews are and whatnot. If you're very cautious or want to know what people think about it before you actually buy it.
Yeah.
Have some sort of a discount on it.
It removes kind of some of the stress of trying to find like a decent pre-order deal. You can just wait until it comes out and still know that you're going to be able to pick it up for $45 instead of $60.
Yeah. That's my whole favorite thing from this thing of things. This game.
Fondle me homo wants to know. if you've killed anybody with a tomahawk.
Why
I really
would you
don't know
now?
which way this could go.
I've been advised not to speak of such.
I mean, he's definitely
Matters.
killed before. Just I don't know if it's with a tomahawk.
It was with 2 tomahawks.
2 tomahawks.
I want to get
Same.
technical about it.
But yeah, what else do you have on the list, Tim? We'll jump back over to what you've got. And
Let's just knock out some small tidbits. I thought Jose would like this, even though he couldn't handle the tutorial, and that is Smite is starting to delve into Japanese deities.
So what is the name of this deity?
Thought
that
they already
released?
had. Japanese
No, there were a lot of Chinese stuff.
Yeah, China. There was a
This
lot
is
of
the first Japanese thing.
There's a lot of stuff from China.
I'm gonna fuck up
do you
this
mean
pronunciation, but it is
Shinto. The Shinto.
Amaterasu, something like that. Shining light. Amaterasu. Let's just go with that. It's my white man tongue butchers, however you pronunciate that. But a female character, I think it's melee based, as she has a sword. But yeah, I just thought it was cool that Smite. I guess they were starting to run out of deities at this point because they mainly pulled from like China, Greek, Mayan, some other place I can't remember off the Indian. I don't know. They've never done Japan before, so I just thought it's cool that they're starting to do that, and also kind of opens the idea up for them doing like stuff in countries or places or people with origins that hadn't been done before. So I'm very cool to see where that, or excited to see where that goes.
Parknut wants to know what your favorite Led Zeppelin song is, Tim.
Fuck. I don't know.
Poser. He doesn't even like Led Zeppelin.
I was like dancing on the like. You can't say "Stairway."
You absolutely can.
No, you can't. You can't. Thoughts on
The
terrorism?
fuck is my Twitch login bullshit?
I don't know. I think mine's
Oh my
probably
God.
like Cashmere or Black Dog. I think would.
No, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, I really don't. I'm just not in the proper mind state to be put on the spot and answer that. Yes, I'm a poser. That's right. I don't own like
Fucking
7 Led
poser.
Zeppelin vinyls. Actually, that's almost all equally as bad. Because then I'm a hipster faggot, so I can't win in this scenario. Is basically what I'm conveying to you.
Fondle Me Homo wants to know our thoughts on terrorism.
It's not good. I think we can all agree on that. And at times it gives you Smite skins, just to tie that back up. That's the thing.
What?
That's true.
Yeah,
when
remember
all
that?
that shit went down in France, they gave away a free skin for Athena, like a French skin.
Yeah, it was like the French revolutionary bullshits.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just weird.
So terrorism leads to free DLC in games. How about that?
What? Yeah.
So Dark Mushroom
That's how
Media
it-
endorses terrorism? Is that what you're
I
saying?
wouldn't say that, Jose. I feel
on
like
record?
you're misconstruing our words a little bit. Don't want to be put on any list or anything. Got enough problems.
Guy on the right.
Yeah,
I'm assuming he means me. What's my favorite Starbucks drink? I really don't go to Starbucks, dude.
You look like someone who goes to Starbucks, and that pleases me.
I really don't go to Starbucks, man. I don't know. I like coffee. That's pretty much my answer to that.
He endorses Ziltoid like 100%.
Dude, Ziltoid. If you know Ziltoid, that's what's up. Oh. What were we talking about before we started?
Smites, and now we're moving on to Rainbow
yeah.
Six.
Terrorist smite.
Well, I figure terrorist Rainbow Six, huh? You see,
Smite the terrorists.
putting
Yeah.
the dots
I see
out
what
there.
you did
Are you
there, buddy.
connected? Yeah. But yeah, the first DLC is coming out this year, entitled Black Ice. Has 2 new characters, new maps, new guns, marksman rifle, character ability which has like like a grenade launcher underslung under a rifle. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and
His name
Palmer.
is Buck, and he likes to fuck.
Yes, he's Canadian.
Looks interesting. Yeah. I mean,
Me and Palmer played it a couple weeks ago on stream. Had a good time.
he had a great time.
It's
Laugh and a half.
definitely one of those things that's going to help the longevity of it. Like I like Siege, but it's not something I'm really playing on a regular basis. But with these content updates, I'll go back to it and I'll dump some hours into it every time they unload one of these things. So I'm happy they're doing it, and I look forward to dicking around with it, probably with Palmer, maybe on stream.
Maybe we'll see. Huh?
Maybe I'll pick up the game. Tim.
Maybe
No,
you will.
we don't care. We don't.
Don't
Yeah,
care
it's
how
too
popular.
organized for me.
Somebody
It
wants,
really is. You will just actually you'd love it because you could just get us killed over and over and over.
Somebody wants to know what your favorite terrorist act is. Jose, fondle me. He's all about the terrorism. What's
Love
your
the name,
favorite
by the
act
way.
of terrorism?
That's a name.
That's his name.
Park Nut's also pretty good.
Yeah. The Parknut wants to know where you got your '90s headset and that they want it back.
My God.
Now, is this the multiverse theory or is that bullshit Days of Future Past they did in the movie shit? Because fuck that.
I don't know, dude.
Fuck that.
Fondle Me Homo thinks you're using a gateway. Is that true? Can you confirm?
Uh,
Windows 95.
Dude, I got a Dell.
He's got a Dell, even better. All right.
Is that company even still around?
Yeah, dude. They still
Yeah.
make all sorts of shit.
Oh, I don't know.
Like the old president,
Don't
I
they
think,
own Alienware now?
got back.
They might actually.
Yeah. Yeah, they what was it? They got off like the stock exchange, and now they're like doing like better numbers than they ever have.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
as they stop reporting to like stockholders and
Something
people ruin everything. See, that's
that I read
yeah.
the other day on like PC Gamer or something was talking about how like there's like a huge decline in PC sales because nobody's buying pre-built PCs anymore.
Why would you?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
I mean, I understand at
Although
first the idea of building a PC is pretty daunting, but once you actually look into it, it's really easy.
Yeah, I did just review a desktop from Lenovo actually. They're starting to make gaming stuff, and it was actually pretty good. Worked really well. I mean, I think the
Curious
price,
what the specs
I
on
was
that
looking
would
at
look like.
one Black Friday.
it was what was it? It was an i7 6700. I think the GTX 970, I believe, 8 gigabytes of RAM. Pretty good. I mean, it worked really well. That was like their mid-tier option, I think, and that one I think started at like $1,000, something like that. And then
Yeah.
Yeah, at for like I guess the holidays at Micro Center, they were like showing off all like the like prefab gaming laptops that they have that weren't specific to Alienware or branded from like a certain like, video card. Yeah, and they all look like they had decent specs, and it looks like every company now has one that's like pre-built prefab for probably as much as you would spend on making a new computer.
Yeah, the one thing that I really liked about the Lenovo one is the fact that like everything is totally designed to be upgradable. Like they're not trying to force you to continue to buy like another Lenovo PC afterwards. Like they just want you to buy that one. You can just upgrade it like you would anything else. The tower was really nice too. It was a good size, and it was quiet as fuck. That was what really surprised me. My computer was ridiculously fucking quiet. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems it's interesting to me that like these companies are still like really trying to focus on gaming PCs when I think like most gaming aficionados are building their own at this point. But it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, Alienware is like, I assume they still make good rigs, but it's more of a joke at this point. We're like, oh, drop $3,000, get an Alienware rig or something like that, whereas opposed to building it yourself and costing a third of what you would buy it for. But whatever.
Oh, we got a fallout of Fondle Me Homo. Thanks, buddy. We're glad that we have
Nice.
fondling homos.
Did you guys hear
Watching
about
us.
that Razer laptop? The Razer Stealth
Oh yeah,
has
like
an
a
external
super thin one, yeah.
graphics card. Yeah.
Yeah. I did. I don't know. I think that's. I think it's an interesting idea. I think they're implementing.
It's like perfect. A shitty like netbook essentially, and then when
Yeah,
you
and
really
then you
need a
just-
fucking game, you can just add this giant brick to it.
I don't see why anybody would carry that giant brick with them. Like you might as well just carry a giant fucking laptop. I don't understand.
Well, you wouldn't. Well, that's what I'm thinking. You'd probably leave that at home. Take your laptop to work, where you don't need like a bulky laptop.
Yeah. I mean, I get, but like, what if you want to travel and play games while you're traveling? You have to carry what is essentially the equivalent of 2 Xbox bricks with you anywhere you go.
Well, you're traveling and taking a computer with you. That sounds like a pretty lame vacation or whatever.
Well, you gotta have something to do on the plane, man.
Hearthstone.
Hearst, dude. I actually did that like once coming back from California. I bought the fucking $7 Wi-Fi and just played.
I remember you messaged me when I was trying to get quests that I'm on a plane playing Hearthstone this weekend. And I believe it was in all caps, so I know that you were excited.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I just played Hearthstone for 5 hours straight while Sam stared at my computer. Motherfucking Sam.
That beautiful bearded bastard.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
All right, let's get this hype train back on the rails, boys.
Woo, woo.
Halo 5, its first big update of the year, is coming out next week. It is the, what is it, the Infinity Armory update, I believe it's titled, or Infinity's Armory. Adds a couple new maps, lots of new rec pack stuff, such as armor. It's adding the Halo 2 battle rifle, which is kind of interesting, because, you know, it's a Halo 2 battle rifle. It hasn't been seen in quite some time.
It's been gone for a while. Don't 360 no scope phase tomahawk fondle me homo. Don't do that.
If he wants the 360 no scope, you know, just
No, he said phase tomahawk, dude. You can't do that. You gotta add that in.
Fair enough. But yeah, and the most important thing to some people, Palmer being included, is the fact that there are now pizza skins for the guns. You can make your gun look like a pizza as you're a super soldier.
Is that what you guys
I can't wait to scream pepperoni at people while I shoot them.
I feel like this is the payback for them taking out the Broforce animations. They're like, no, we're gonna do pizza skins.
That's what I'm just gonna scream every time I kill somebody with that gun. And then
I think it's just pepperoni.
My teammates are gonna be like, they can't hear you. I'm be like, I don't care. It'd be great.
Yeah, that's Halo in a nutshell, right there, folks.
Pretty much.
But yeah, more content for Freeze is good, I suppose, even if it is fucking pizza skins. But whatever. Please fix Halo Reach and Master Chief Collection. That's all I want. All I care about. Anyway, you got anything else you want to bring up, Palmer, before we continue on?
Yeah, Hitman.
I know you had a few points you wanted to bring up, so I asked.
Yeah. Hitman is no longer going to be a full release. It's going to be episodic now. Although people still have the option to pre-order all the episodes for $60. So apparently the model is right now that's $15 for like the base episode and then $10 for every episode after that. But they call them missions, so I don't know if you're paying just like $10 for one fucking mission. Seems a little pricey. It'll have to kind of... Well, we'll have to kind of see what they do with the missions.
I doubt it's just like, you know, like I said, I haven't played Hitman in a while, but
from what I've read, this is going to be like an open world Hitman, which excites and terrifies me at the same time.
Yeah, that's about the reaction that went in my head just now.
Yeah. Because like it's supposed to be kind of like a reboot of the franchise, from my understanding. Like not necessarily in terms of like all of the lore and everything, but like they're rebooting the way the game works. And so in my head, open world Hitman just equals Metal Gear Solid 5.
Just want to launch it, farm animals into the
and
atmosphere.
I cannot wait. So I'm really excited about that, regardless, because the last Hitman game was a fucking masterpiece, an absolute masterpiece. Any game with pig fucking in it is just flawless in my eyes, dude. 100%.
Manhunt, I'm all about that. You know, got to bring up Manhunt. Got to bring it up. But yeah, I thought that's kind of a weird way to take it, but publishers are doing it now. Like the last Resident Evil game did that, and they did five or six episodes, and they had a pack where you could pre-order it and get it all together. And it was, although that one had a shitload of like extra DLC that was like different modes, like raid mode stuff, different characters, shit like that. I hope Hitman doesn't do that.
Hitman's gonna do it, dude.
I just hope they don't do it to a Capcom extent, because Jesus Christ, there's like $80 worth of DLC on that fucking Resident Evil page.
Yeah, well,
horrifying.
When did it come out? When did the first episode of that come out? Last year, right?
About a year ago, yeah. It was like March or April.
I guarantee you, after a year of this being out, we'll see that much DLC on it. But my question is like, if you pre-order the game for the $60 amount, do you get all DLC, like skins, packs, everything, or is it just like mission stuff?
That seems like something they should answer in
These are the hard-hitting
store
questions.
on the store page, or you know. Well, when's it coming? It's not coming out till like
it's
April
not coming out
May.
for a while, yeah. I don't even think it's slated to come out this year, is it? I don't
Oh,
think it is.
I thought it was. I could
think
be
if
entirely wrong.
I
It's entirely
double check.
possible that I'm entirely wrong about this entire situation, Palmer.
That's true.
But my point is, there's a decent amount of time before it releases, so they'll probably have information on that as time goes on. And development winds down, up.
Oh no, it's supposed to come out in March.
Oh, I was right.
Well, the
Get
first
fucked, mate.
episode at least.
I
So
guess
if
yes.
talking
Since they're doing
about-
the episodic thing, it'll probably take them months to get it all out there.
Yeah, if they're because I would imagine, right, like if they're gonna charge $10 for every mission after the base mission, they're gonna have to create at least 6 missions to get the full like game price out of the people that are buying it all separately. So there'll probably be at least 6 missions. My guess is there probably will be like 10 total. So I'm wondering if it's gonna be one of those things where they're making it a platform and just gonna kind of keep releasing content once a month for the next year to keep people playing it.
As long as it's reasonably priced and it doesn't get out of hand Capcom-esque style, then that's not a terrible way to go about it. Like we were just saying with Rainbow Six, the idea of them adding new content and keeping the player base coming back is a good thing. But with Rainbow Six, it's actually free, whereas this is going to be. But it's episodic, so it's Jesus Christ. This is literally the fucking same conversation we had earlier about Steam sales. Like, it's okay, but it's not. Just going in circles again. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Head this
Well, I
off
mean,
with that.
honestly, I think that's gonna end up being the future for some of this shit. Is we're gonna start seeing a lot more episodic game releases. I think Telltale created a trend. Proved that it
They
works
were
successfully.
pretty much the first on at least modern iterations of that. So
Yeah. I think they kind of proved that it worked successfully. So
Yeah, if you can get, cash flow in every quarter of the fiscal year, then that's good for you, good for your company. You look good on paper. Whoever
And it
has
keeps-
any shares in it,
it keeps the game fresh in people's mind too when you spread it out like that. It's not like
especially
something.
because Square Enix has had shitty couple of years, right?
Have
All
they?
they live on is hype for future possible maybe games.
Future possible
I
Final
wanna
Fantasies.
say, I want to say you're right on that. I mean, I know a lot of people are super hyped for fucking Deus Ex, and I don't really know what the hype train is for Hitman, dude. Like, that's never a game I could really pinpoint, like whether or not it's actually a popular series. You'd think the fact
It's
that
definitely got its player base. Like they put out a movie.
but is it like a cult following?
I
Like,
think so. Yeah.
like it's got like decent sales, but it's like the same 600,000 people buying it every fucking time.
It might be. I mean, it's been so established at this point. The first game came out in 2001, I think.
Yeah, something
Like
like
the
that.
series has been around forever. It was
It's
playable
spawned
and
two
everything.
horrible movies, one of which I watched on Over Russell the other day.
Two
oh my
horrible
God,
movies?
Dude. Yeah. There's one that came out last year, and then one that came out in 2010.
There was a Hitman movie that came out last year, and I managed this. Oh god.
Hitman Agent 47.
Oh
I
god.
watched it on Over Russell the other day. It was fucking awful.
Oh, god.
It was straight trash, dude.
I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah, it was that wonderful brand of trash. I guarantee you, in another couple months, it'll be on Netflix.
Probably. I love the first one just because it's so stupid.
Yeah,
It's just so dumb.
This one didn't have like the camp that the first one had, though. It tried to take itself a little more seriously and just fell flat on its face. It was really bad.
Well, I'm hype train for that shit, I guess. But what the fuck were we talking about?
Hitman, yeah. So cross that one off my list. The other thing that there's a few other things that I'll bring up, but this seems like as good a time as any to jump in about some Diablo speak, considering we were talking about players that like to keep their games with free DLC.
Well, I wouldn't. Well, it's a new season. Settle down.
No,
Actually,
dude,
they
like,
did. Yeah, they did release.
They
the
added
icon.
3 new areas, like a whole bunch of new stuff, new sets. Like, dude, yeah, it's legitimate content. Like, a lot of other people would probably be tempted to charge like $5, maybe even $10 for something like.
Oh,
this.
trust me, Blizzard was tempted. Palmer. If
Aren't
any
they just
company
No,
was
they
fixing their
haven't done. They
broken
haven't
game?
done like the last patch that they did. It was free too, man.
No,
It
I'm not
was-
saying
it was-
they did or they were going to. I'm saying they were tempted, Palmer. There was some CEO sweating somewhere making that decision.
No, dude, it's Hearthstone money, man. They're rolling in that Hearthstone money and they're using it to fund Diablo. That's really what the bottom line is.
And their global domination plans, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. But this patch, it's a lot of fun. It got released last Friday. Me and a lot of people actually have just jumped headfirst into that game.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people on my friends list I haven't seen on BattleNet in a while. All of a sudden, they're playing Diablo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, me and Kerbin and Chris and Alex and Isaac and Colin and Jesus Christ, dude, like everybody's been jumping on that thing. So I've been playing it on hardcore. I've killed 3 characters, created 4.
what was the highest level you got to, out of curiosity?
I got to Greater Rift 42 is the highest level I've gotten to so far. And so like it's Torment 10, but it's higher than Torment 10.
Right.
What did all that mean?
Okay, so like difficulty
Many
level-wise,
levels of difficulty,
yeah.
basically.
So there's normal, hard, expert, master, and then torment. And torment is the hardest difficulty, but then there's 10 levels of torment that you can go through. And the incentives for being able to go to these newer difficulty levels are higher rare item drops, more gold, more experience, more of pretty much everything. So there's a huge incentive to keep forcing yourself to progress. And like I said, I've been playing on hardcore, which means that if you die in the game, that's it. You're dead. Like you lose everything. Your entire progression is lost at that point. You keep the stuff in your stash, but everything that was on the character that died dies.
I did not know about that stash thing until the other day. I found that very not that it defeats the purpose of hardcore, but I thought it was very interesting that they did that.
Well, Blizzard did a really smart thing with this patch. They made it really easy to get people to jump right back into it, because as soon as you hit level 70, they start giving you pieces of your set items, and set items give you ridiculous bonuses, and make it so you can go into those higher level progressions without any problem. And so they give you your first full set. That's 6 set pieces. These things are really fucking hard to find. You get 2 pieces for hitting level 70, 2 pieces for killing a boss in Torment 2, and then 2 pieces for being able to do Greater Rift level 20. And it's pretty easy to do all 3 of those things. It did not take us very long at all. I think when Chris and Corbin and I jumped on, Chris and I hit level 70 in the first night that we played. It took us like 4 hours. And then we got our first 2 pieces of the set and had our 6th set completed by the 2nd day. And that was it. Like, once you get into that point, it's just like grind fest. And for people that really love Diablo, that's kind of where the fun lies, is forcing yourself to go into harder and harder areas. And like I said, in hardcore, that means you're just going to die. At some point, it just means that the game is just going to kill you for some stupid fucking reason, and that's just going to be it. But that's part of the fun of exploring that game. But every time you start over again, like I said, you keep stuff in your stash. So you don't get a new set. You only get that set thing that only happens one time. And it doesn't matter if you're on seasonal ladder, like normal, or hardcore. You only get that set once. So any other characters that you create, you have to find them yourself. And that's I don't know. It gives you like the stepping stone into being able to get to higher points, and then you just kind of build yourself up from there. And I think that was a really smart decision by Blizzard, because it makes it much easier to jump into the fun stuff, and it makes you spend less time doing the not so fun stuff. So I think that was really smart on their part, and the new areas are a lot of fun. They added this new thing called set dungeons. And that's basically this portal that you have to find that mysteriously appears in your world, and it's different for every single class, and you can only do it by yourself. And when you enter, it gives you a ludicrous amount of challenges that you have to complete in order to complete the set dungeon. And it's shit like, don't get hit by an enemy the entire time that you're doing this, or stupid stuff like that. So it forces you to use the set that you're using in like creative ways. And the cool thing about it is that dungeon is ridiculously hard. So if you die in there, it doesn't matter. You can respawn, even if you're playing on hardcore. So set dungeons are kind of like an entirely different instance that kind of challenges you to learn your character as well as you possibly can. That's a really cool new thing. And I think by far my favorite addition from this patch that they released is they released a set that turns the Demon Hunter into a melee character. So they've essentially turned the Demon Hunter into the assassin from Diablo 2. And it is a lot of fucking fun, dude.
That actually piques my interest. I did not know that.
Yeah. So with this set, you can equip melee items, so you don't have to carry bows or anything. And then it gives you, I think it's something ludicrous. It's like 80,000% increased damage with melee attacks. And I'm not exaggerating. It's either 60 or 80,000. So one of those two.
In general, or like just on the back, or
no, in general. Period. Whenever you use Impale, it gives you 80,000% increased melee damage. It does. There's a whole bunch of other things. Like it boosts like traps and stuff. Like that Demon Hunters kind of didn't use before because they've always been kind of useless. There's never really been a reason to use them. So it really emphasizes on trap bonuses, and then like I said, turns it into a melee character, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that actually, I might actually pop Diablo just to look at that. That actually kind of interests me.
I would say if you do that, make Demon Hunter your first character then, because you'll get the set for free, and then you can just kind of go from there, dude. That character is a lot of fucking fun to play with that set. I unfortunately died with my Demon Hunter that had everything on it. In like a greater rift, I don't know, it was like level 32 or something stupid like that. And it wasn't even a monster that killed me. It was a trap.
That pleases me to no end.
I stood in a puddle that was water that became not water. I didn't realize it because I was really baked.
Happens to the best of us, Palmer.
I just died, and it was fucking awful. I blamed it all on Chris and flamed him and raged at him for so long.
As you should. Yeah, I might actually hop on a little bit with you now. That actually piqued my interest a little bit.
Yeah, and and all the new sets that they've added totally changes the way characters play. So it's not just the Demon Hunter. Granted, that's one of the most drastic ones, but there's a set that I'm using on my Barbarian now that causes pretty much everything that you do to cast either Earthquake or Avalanche. So you just run in, and just Earthquake and Avalanche everything, and before you know it, everything's dead. Meanwhile, and it's just wonderful because you'll just pounce on them from like a screen away and just scream at them, and they'll all die.
And like every class has a thing like this going on.
Yeah. Every class.
That's actually really cool.
Chris is using Crusader, and his set gives improved Thorns damage. So he does something ludicrous. He has like 800 or 900,000% increased Thorns damage on his character. So he doesn't actually attack anything. He just waits for things to attack him, and they just die. So I think his actual character damage is like 15 or 16,000. He's using a dagger for fuck's sake because it just adds to Thorns damage, and a shield. His whole thing is just building up as tanky as possible, so he gets hit and takes no damage, or he'll block the attack, but everything dies that attacks him. And it's interesting. So I mean, every character's got some really quirky build like this now, because of these set bonuses. And I think Wizards is probably the most OP in hardcore because it's a set bonus that gives you an extra life. It's called like the Phoenix Rising or something set. So it improves all your fire damage like a ludicrous amount, but then when you take fatal damage, it immediately brings you back to life with full health and full energy, once every like 2 minutes or something.
What?
Yeah,
It defeats the purpose of hardcore. Every 2 minutes?
Yeah, every 2 minutes or something like that, it resets and you can use it again. But like, it's really cool. So like, when your character dies, she like turns to ash, and this Phoenix animation happens. Like, they have really made Diablo it is a completely different game than even when the expansion came out. Like, it is a much better game, and I can't emphasize it enough. I mean, it's one of those games that never really grabs my interest for more than a month whenever a season hits. But regardless, if they do 4 seasons a year, and now that they've set that was another thing with this patch, they've set a defined schedule now, so it's 3 months per season. And they will have new content and new stuff every time. So I mean, every time they do that, I'll jump in and play it for a month, and then I'll be done with it. And that's pretty much the end of
Yeah,
that.
I truly love Diablo and those like old school dungeon crawler s games, but they in 2016 they get old eventually. But like you said, if they do a few seasons a year and they keep you coming back with new content and keep
And
you
these new
entertained,
ridiculous sets, like as long as they keep releasing these fucking awesome sets, there's no reason not to. Because you can just play the same character every fucking season, but there'll be a new set that makes you play it completely differently.
right? That's actually really cool.
Yeah, so I mean, they're really thinking about trying to keep this game as like fresh as possible, and it shows. And the new areas like are really actually pretty fucking cool. The new monsters that they've added are also pretty fucking cool. Oh,
something kind of technical about.
What's that, Jose?
I was just going to bring up that my brother-in-law, he plays Diablo 3. I guess he started up again, but before he and his buddies played like super competitively, like they'd get on like the ranked top 100, whatever the fucks for like their characters. One thing that he told me about this latest update is something that's been bugging him for the longest time. Something within like how they run their servers. Some technicals, like when you get to like his level, we're doing like hundreds of millions of points of damage, like a second, plus all that animation. It gets to the point where the server can't run the numbers fast enough, and that causes not like a graphics lag, but like an information lag. And then like apparently that's gone in this update. Like they fixed something server side that made the game cripplingly bad when you reach like a high enough tier of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I play the game pretty much strictly hardcore, so the highest Greater Rift level that I have ever gotten to, period, is like in the 60s. I've seen some of my softcore friends on this season already that are running Greater Rift like 150, 175. So I've never been to that high of a level in the game, so I really have no input on that. I've never run into that issue whatsoever, so maybe it is something that strictly affects like really high Greater Rifts.
And that's something that kind of like made me stop and think. The way, because I explained to him, oh, maybe it's like a graphics card server problem. Maybe it's stalling because of X reason or whatever. He's like, no, it's a long-standing problem that Blizzard's had with their servers, that they can't crunch the numbers fast enough for how much damage a team is outputting. Apparently, that was like a thing.
I mean,
I guess they never accounted for people.
The damage numbers are really getting ludicrous though. Like I crit in the billions, and it's something. It is something to see.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, like when it gets to the point, especially if you go into the video game configuration and turn the numbers on, so you see them tick when they fly by and everything. You're screaming, especially for me, because like my character, like I said, it pounces in, but then it pulls all enemies within a certain radius towards him, and then starts just dropping boulders from the sky and making the ground underneath erupt in flames, right? So it's just dozens of billion tickers going off all over my screen, and I can't even really see what's going on between all the magma and the numbers flying by, but it's fucking great. I love it. But yeah, I mean, if people have walked away from Diablo and haven't really given it much thought, I strongly suggest giving it a chance. At least checking out the season for a little while and see.
I had no interest whatsoever. Isaac really tried to rope me in. I told him I'd probably get bored after an hour and like wouldn't continue on. But the fact that they have these sets that kind of change it up a little bit, I actually kind of am interested now. So I'm one that was not really giving a fuck, and now I kind of give a fuck, Palmer.
Yeah.
You've talked me into giving a fuck. Put that in your pocket, Palmer.
I'm so glad.
Proper talk me into it, Palmer.
And then what else was on my list? Oh, okay. All right, now we're gonna get into. Was you ready for this?
We're always in the negatives.
We're gonna talk about some Overkill Coffee Stain crossover.
That is a thing.
Goat Simulator's coming to Payday 2, boys.
Oh, it came.
Oh yeah, came to Payday 2, boys. What are your thoughts on this?
Me?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I can't see you
in
looking at me, so. Well,
I
I
don't
give a shit on the payday.
applying
Yeah,
anything.
I don't really give a shit on the payday side. On the Goat Simulator side, I'm kind of happy to get new DLC, but I don't want
Is
to
it
buy
free
it.
for Goat Simulator?
No, it's
Oh,
it's a
damn it.
paid thing, and I don't want to buy it just because I don't want any money going to Overkill whatsoever. But I love Goat Simulator, Palmer. I love it so. I picked up that Goat Z DLC.
No, so
Day
did
one.
I. I have yet to fucking play it though.
Regret. I think no, we both popped on it at one point. I'm pretty
Did
sure.
we?
I know I did. I'm pretty sure you did too. The point is, no regrets, no fucks given. Game of the year, but the fact that Overkill is attached to it now really doesn't. I really don't want to pick it up. But there's also like dolphins and wheelchairs and shit now, and that alone just makes me want to buy it. So, yeah, I'll probably pick it up when it's on sale. But I really don't like the idea of giving Overkill anything aside from just a wave, a torrent of hate.
Well, I mean, what other games could they possibly partner with? Like,
Goat Simulator or Payday or both, I guess. Well,
well, Payday more.
yeah,
is
because
what
Payday's
I'm
number
discussing.
4. Well, they did Chivalry. They did a. I'd be really upset if they did it with Killing Floor, just because Tripwire. Please don't do that. But I mean, it's definitely possible. Killing Floor.
Killing Floor already did it with Chivalry.
Yeah, they partnered up with Chivalry. Insurgency maybe could be a thing, but again, I love Insurgency. I don't want anything good that they could do. I don't want Overkill to do because they're awful human beings and I hate them because they ruined a. I'd say great game. It started out as a great game and just fucking ruined it. But yeah, but it definitely could happen. I mean, Insurgency, like you said, Chivalry happened with Killing Floor. Could happen with Killing Floor.
God, I hope it doesn't happen with Killing Floor.
Yeah,
I hope it doesn't happen with Killing Floor before they bring in the fucking sharpshooter class.
At least you got it right this time, Palmer. You got the
Sniper.
name right.
Sniper.
Sniper. No, he's going to yell at you, Palmer. He's going to add you and yell at you.
Sniper, no sniping.
Sniper always sniping.
If they do that before they release the fucking...
Then it'll be worth it just to get the reaction out of you.
Oh,
Then I
God.
would be okay.
I will write a fucking email to Tripwire. That's how my jimmies will be so rustled that I will take time to write them an email.
Write a well-worded email.
No, all I'm going to say is my jimmies are rustled.
See, I'd take it in like the Civil War love letter.
the South will rise.
My dearest Tripwire. Oh, no, yeah. End it with that. Sincerely, the South will rise again, Palmer.
Jesus Christ. Could you just imagine that? Just the Killing Floor logo on top of a Confederate flag.
I think anyone that read that at Tripwire would probably just quit their job. It's fucking weird situation. Be my reaction anyway.
Oh man. But yeah, I don't know what to think about that. I'm kind of upset with the Coffee Stain about this, but you know,
this Coffee Stain historically has been pretty good. They did a Goat Simulator. They did Sanctum.
Yeah.
The story about my uncle. They've done games that have been generally well received, and they're a well-liked developer.
Has there been any news about maybe a Sanctum 3?
No, there's stuff going around, like rumors and stuff, but
nothing concrete.
Yeah, I think we might hear something this year, just because Sanctum 1 came out in 2011. Sanctum 1 came out early 2011. Sanctum 2 was late 2013, and then they supported it for about 8 months or so. So if there is to be a Sanctum 3, we would probably start hearing about it this year, I would think. But I hope there is, because I like Sanctum. I've put a good number of hours into both those games.
Those stupid goddamn games.
They're funsies. They are funsies.
There's something.
But yeah, and as far as Payday goes, just fuck Payday.
Tell
I'm doing this for Corbin, honestly. Corbin was not pleased.
God damn it! I forgot to rub it in his face. There was Goat Simulator DLC for
dude. I really hope he doesn't know. That might push him to the fucking brink of suicide. He doesn't need that.
Ugh.
Wrestling with Mexicans.
Did he tell you about the fact that his whole building's on lockdown because they fired some guy with a concealed carry permit that owns a bunch of guns and was like sitting outside of his boss's house or some shit? And so now they're like, their whole building's on lockdown and everybody's afraid he's just gonna show up and try to shoot everybody.
Dude, Minnesota.
Yeah.
You get that many white people together, bad shit is bound to happen.
Something like that, yeah, pretty much.
Minnesota.
So what else you got on your list, Tim?
Couple things. You all good? Am I finishing this out, Palmer?
Yeah, I think so. I think that pretty much crosses everything off mine.
People Can Fly, a developer known for games such as Painkiller, and there was one really good game I can't remember off the top of my head. But they also did Bulletstorm, and they're no longer under contract by Epic. They're independent now, and apparently it wasn't a bad split or anything. They're still working with Epic on an upcoming game, but they can pretty much do their own thing now. They can start doing their old. They can start continuing on with their old games, and supposedly, at first I thought it was rumored, but it's looking like it might be confirmed that they're working on another Bulletstorm game. It's not confirmed whether it's like Bulletstorm 2 or if it's like a prequel or whatever the fuck, but they are doing another Bulletstorm game. Bulletstorm was really fucking dumb, but really fucking fun. It was just a over-the-top shooter in which you're playing Spike Spiegel as he cusses and dick kicks his way through a world. It's funsies. It was really stupid and really fun. And I like the idea of them doing a second game. Did either of you fellas play Bulletstorm?
I played.
Wasn't it just Gears of War?
Halfway through? No, it was definitely not Gears of War.
It was kind of Gears of War. It was Gears of War with whips and dick kicking.
And first person.
And first person.
And dick jokes just everywhere. Just all
everywhere.
Dick and cock jokes.
Everywhere. So much dick.
And cock.
And kicking.
And kicking.
Kicking of cock and dicks.
Cocking.
Cocking. That was the secret level where they're working on the house.
Yeah, exactly.
But
like
yeah,
flashback DLC.
Yeah, exactly. It's the prelude.
Yeah.
But this also leaves them open to do another Painkiller game. I like the Painkiller game series. It's another one. It's not as dicky as Bulletstorm. It's more horror themed and dark, but it's got that over the top gruesomeness and demon slaying and whatnot. So I like the idea of another Painkiller game. Either way, any way this goes is probably a good thing. Another Bulletstorm game, another Painkiller game, some new IP from them. They are a good developer in my eyes. So I'm happy that they're kind of doing what they want at this point, and that they broke off with Epic in a this peaceful way. It wasn't like a bad thing. There was no bad blood or anything. Speaking
of Epic, have you heard about this MOBA that they're getting ready to go into beta?
I believe that's what they're working on.
Paragon?
Oh no, well, actually,
it's being developed by Epic.
Okay, I don't know if they're working on them with. It might be a different thing entirely. That's the first-person shooter one, or the third-person shooter one, right?
Yeah. I signed up for the beta on it, and hopefully I'll get in. But that game, that looks fucking sweet, dude.
That's one of those things I want to get my hands on before I really. I don't know. It could just be another who gives a fuck MOBA because they seem to be dropping.
Is that the one with where you're like a knight versus like a samurai or something?
No. You're like it looks like an Epic game. Everybody's steroided out and wearing
every steroided sci-fi laser beam shooter.
But yeah, it looks like a really beautiful version of Smite actually, because it's running on Unreal 4, and it's third person. It looks very much like Smite, but much better. And
I mean, it's two totally different themes, but. I see where you're coming from with the combat, just the way it looks in general.
Yeah. But it also looks like it's actually going to be a lot deeper than what Smite has presented, and it doesn't look like it's going to be necessarily from item builds. It looks like it's going to be more like Here's the Storm in terms of having different skill builds rather than item builds. But there's a lot more selection in terms of what skills you get, and then there's cards, because every game needs fucking burden cards now, since fucking Kittenfall, that you can equip onto your character before the round starts. That also changes their playstyle. So it looks like it could be pretty sweet. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on that. Yeah.
Is it going to follow the tradition of being free to play?
I have no idea.
No,
I don't think they've announced any sort of price model for it yet.
Even if it is, you got to wait to see kind of how free to play it is. It's a whole lot of things that could go wrong with that, but just looking at it, it does look pretty interesting.
I mean, I don't even think they've announced what the full roster is going to be yet. They have said that I think the beta, when it first launches during its closed session, will only have 5 characters. So at least that's all they've got on the website right now.
They'll probably, I'm guessing they'll do a thing like Smite then, where you can play, same character on different teams.
Yeah. And they're gonna have to if it's all 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's different map types, different variants and stuff too that make it a little more fun to play. At least I don't know. I'm looking for something that's like still pretty hardcore, but not quite as hardcore as Dota that I can like sink some time into, and that might be my
Might scratch that itch.
yeah, that might scratch the itch for a little while.
No, it's understandable.
Indeed.
Indeed. Last bit of news. We've mentioned in passing Eternal Crusade over the past year, just because it's been in development forever. Looks kind of graphically, it looks like shit, but it basically amounts to being a Warhammer Space Marine game, but with a I never remember the fucking planet side type of environment. Giant maps with 40 on 40 teams of Space Marines, Orcs, Eldar, all these 40k people getting together and just killing the shit out of each other. Sounds really cool in theory. I founded it a couple months ago. It's very, very early alpha. It's not even really worth playing, honestly, at this point in time, until they kind of work some kinks out. But they announced about a week ago that they've been doing a founders program where basically you go on their website, you buy it, they give you a Steam key, but it has no store page, it has no community hub. It's going to be on Steam, so they just set it up to do it through Steam. But now they're entering early access officially on Steam, meaning they will have a store page, community hub, all that shit. And it is a terrible idea because it is easily the most unoptimized game I have ever played on a computer in the entirety of my life. I'm talking Star Citizen from a year ago ran probably twice as well as this fucking game does, and it really doesn't look good.
I don't understand what the fuck if it really is that bad when they get ready to launch it on early access. Is it already out on early access?
No, it's the Founders Program is officially closing the 25th, so in 5 days, and then in a week or two they're going to be launching Steam Early Access.
Okay.
Following that, they have said that we're working on the build that they're going to release when it launches on Early Access is going to improve frame rates on some rigs, but they didn't really go.
Get that fucking.
That's the thing. They really didn't. It's the way they presented it seemed like it's gonna be a little bit better. Not, it's going to be a lot better because. Just browsing through the forums and stuff, people with 8-core processors, 980 graphics cards, fucking 24 gigs of RAM, they're not getting a steady 30 frames a second. And that is just fucking ludicrous for something that of this.
Yeah, I mean, if it's
like the maps are big, there's a lot going on.
You have to have a fluid frame rate. You have to.
Yeah,
there's no.
It's
no
absolutely.
Excuse.
It's going to be this giant multiplayer game with giant battles going on. It's going to be cool the way it's going to be when it actually launches. Like there's going to be like a demo that's part of the main game mode that anyone can play. Like you can be an orc and pop on and just shoot some shit and have some fun and see if you like the game. Like what they're going to be doing is like awesome. They're going to be doing every 3 months. They're going to be putting out a new free update to keep the community alive. Like once it gets done and they start doing all that shit, it's going to be great. But just the fact that it's supposed to come out this year and the fact that it's still very early on, half of the races haven't even been added yet. There's a co-op mode that was supposed to be added in December. It's still not there. Just really pretty shaky on it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
it's not a game I'm really super hyped for, but it's Warhammer, so I want to play it. But I really do like the idea. I love Space Marine, and I like the idea of having like giant 40 on 40 battles with Space Marines and Orcs and Chaos Space Marines on these big fucking maps, and everyone can use vehicles. It's very PlanetSide-esque in that regard, but just I don't see them the development timetable working out for them. And I really don't see things working out for them if they release the game horribly unoptimized on Steam Early Access, because their review page will just be nothing but red negative reviews, because no one can actually play their game.
No, it's going to do nothing.
But all those reviews will have the title that says Early Access Review.
Yeah, but it's
like it doesn't make more sense that
Jose?
they have them join Steam. That way they have a page, they have a community hub. That way it'll be scrutinized more, or that way they can give everyone more news and updates that they'll easily see.
They're pretty good with that.
They do for their newsletter.
They have their own forums. They do streams twice a week, or no, once a week. They do streams every week. They're pretty good with involving themselves with the community and listening to what they feedback and all that stuff.
Right, but when they put on early access, there might be
it's just going to get
dozens
dumpstered.
and dozens of people giving them more money for production. I mean, I can't imagine hundreds of people jumping on a Warhammer game. That's in pre-alpha or whatever the hell you're talking about.
It actually has a lot of people playing it right now.
This will be another cash injection.
Yeah, but it's just not. It's not smart.
And it'll be like on a unified, fucking platform. It'll be on Steam.
It's already on Steam.
No, it'll have. You said they had no homepage or had no community.
Right, because they've done
Now
It's
it
not
will.
on early access yet.
Yeah, but it's Community Hub versus getting nothing but slanderous reviews and just people shitting all over it because the game doesn't run well. I'd take the not having a Community Hub personally. They're shooting themselves in the foot. And like you said, you were playing Vermintide earlier, and people were talking about how they're just shooting themselves in the fucking foot. It's just not a smart move unless they really unless this whole thing was a joke and them in passing being like, oh yeah, we improved the frame rate a little bit and it's actually like tremendously better, then this doesn't matter because it's going to be, the optimization will be better. The game will
It
run
doesn't
a lot
sound
better.
like they're shitty developers. Like they will, keep everyone up to date with everything.
These
And
are
it
the
sounds
guys
like
that did Naughty Bear. Homer reminded
That's
me a little while ago.
that's the fucking red flag right there.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Because Naughty Bear had a horrible fucking frame rate, dude.
Well, Naughty Bear was just horrible in general.
But
honestly.
honestly, I don't know. It definitely had its moments. But like one of the worst things about it was that the frame rate, especially when you would like really get into the nitty gritty, like if you'd put a bear through a fucking blender or something, like the frame rate would just drop to like 5, dude. And I'd be trying to enjoy all this fucking like bear cotton fluff flying all over the place, but I can't because it's in five fucking frames a second. And
Yeah.
oh god, I really wanted to love that game. What a piece of shit. What a fucking piece of shit that game was, dude.
What-
Honestly.
You just were trying to
platform
convince
did
me
you play
what
it on?
happened. I
PC
think it
or
only came out
console?
on console. It didn't come out on PC, did it?
I don't know. I played it on PS3.
I think it was just PS3 and Xbox. Could-
God. I beat it. I beat that game, but that was like a testament to my fucking like patience, dude.
Stubbornness. Yeah, that kind of shit just doesn't fly
But
anymore.
going back to the point, I think it's actually going to be really good for them to be under a microscope, being on this Steam, with an
Yeah,
actual page.
If they can fix it fast, if they launch it and it still has problems and they can fix it and release,
They're under
patches
no
that are
obligation to fix anything fast. It's fucking not a game yet. It's if you're dumb enough to put money into it, and then
Right, but
not
if they
do
want,
anything for
if
you.
they're constantly trying to get people, hey, play our game, test our game, tell us what you don't like about our game, tell us what we can improve on our game. You can't do that if it's running at 10 fucking frames a second. So kind of defeats the whole fucking purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah, the first thing that they'd absolutely have to address is the frame rate, and then everything else.
And it's not like these are, low-end rigs having these. 980s are having these problems. Those are like $600 graphics cards. Like this isn't like a low-end. It's just. I really.
Yeah, but everyone's
Really
PC is pretty unique. I mean,
everybody's
my-
PC
my-
is a beautiful snowflake, Tim.
it's absolutely it, and it'll work on
Kick
some
him in the
better than
fucking
others
throat.
because of certain parameters.
Well, after spending
And
a good
having-
hour looking into all this, I did not come across one person that was happy with how it was running and got like a steady, even with godlike $3,000 rigs, got a steady 60 frames a second. Like it just didn't happen. So don't know what to tell you. It runs like shit.
Frame
Jose.
rate
That's what
issues
I'm saying.
aside,
It
the
runs like
more
shit. If it
people-
runs like shit on launch, it's not going to go well. They're going to shoot themselves in the foot. Having a community hub won't fucking matter because it's going to be people going, hey, I can't run this fucking game well in the community hub.
People are like, fuck you!
Yes, it'll be. I put it much more elegantly than just "fuck you,"
Yeah.
which is what it's gonna. The community
No,
hub.
honestly, what the posts
And
are going
dank
to be
memes
like.
and the fucking screenshots.
Yeah, there's going to be nothing but fucking dank memes. It's just going to be 0 out of 10 wouldn't play again from like 5 million people, and somebody's going to get like 460 fucking likes for it, and that's just going to be the end of the fucking game. And it's just going to be doomed to say what is it like? Not even what's the tier below mixed for the community or for the store pages? It's like
somewhat negative.
yeah, somewhat negative. It'll
Somewhat
probably
negative.
be in that. And that's-
Mostly negative.
yeah, it'll probably be mostly negative, and then fucking
And Steam reviews are the dumbest
Doomed to-
fucking thing ever. Like they have no.
Doomed
To
to
anyone
failure.
with half a brain should never pay attention to them, but they have an effect on people. Like if they see a mixed
Absolutely
review
do.
game on Steam, they just buy it
won't do it.
for their into
I'm
it.
one of those people. Won't do it. Won't do it.
But I mean, honestly,
I'm pretty
the
sure
reviews-
you gave me like a key, like I don't even know how long ago, dude. Like 6, maybe 7 months ago. And I checked it out on the store page, and it was like mixed reviews or some shit, and I just like it's still sitting in my inventory.
I'm sure it is. But yeah, that has a huge effect on a lot of people, even though it really shouldn't, because it's just so fucking dumb. Look at some of those upvoted reviews. Next time you're on a Steam store page, and it's just like, it's okay, and it's the highest rated thing, and the
Yeah.
guy's like 1,300 hours in the game, and it's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, that they're shooting themselves in the foot. I don't see that going well unless this patch or whatever patch they're putting out will actually, have some huge optimization improvements. Because right now, Jesus. And the thing is, the game, it's not like a Star Citizen game. It's not pushing boundaries. It's not CryEngine 3. It really doesn't even look that good. So I don't know. Just, I guess the Unreal 4 code, since it's somewhat new and all that shit, they're just trying to work out the kinks, but it just seems like they're constantly running into problems. Because it's apparently been like this for a long time. So
what are you gonna do? I guess
laugh, because I will be right. But yeah, Turtle Crusade. It's probably doomed to fail. But whatever. There's other better looking Warhammer games coming out this year, so whatever. Don't give a fuck.
Someone in the Skype call, someone linked to a website that had like statistics on why like multiplayer shooter games don't work.
Oh yeah,
or won't work.
yeah. I was gonna say if we needed some use that for cushion if we needed some extra time, but we're already like past an hour, so not too worried about discussing.
And also,
that.
multiplayer games do work sometimes. Like it's not always.
Yeah, but like I think this article's like specifically calling out like only multiplayer games that are.
Oh no, I
FPS.
get that. I perused.
No, don't worry, Tim.
Sometimes
Even if
work.
they do have bad reviews, no one's going to play it because it's a multiplayer shooter game.
Apparently, apparently.
So ease your fears, Tim.
Yeah,
Don't fear the Reaper.
Actually, it's gonna have like co-op modes and other modes too. It's not strictly.
Nah,
like
fail game.
Well, I just told you it was a fucking fail. I hate you. I hate you so fucking much.
You guys want to talk about a really awesome multiplayer game? It's called Metal Gear Solid Online, and it's pretty much the greatest thing I have ever played.
Although, if you ask actual Metal Gear Solid fans, apparently it's worse than cancer, from what I understand.
It is cancer, and it's wonderful for being cancer. And I was hoping when it got released, before it got released, that it was going to be cancer, and I'm so glad that it is.
Is this your techies outlet, Palmer? Is
Pretty much, dude. Like, I cannot wait to unlock more gear and start doing all the stupid shit that I did in single player and multiplayer to people. Like, it is going to be fucking wonderful. There's also something really funny about just like sneaking behind people and fultoning them without them even knowing, just knocking them on their asses, and then all of a sudden they're getting like parachuted up into this fucking strapped to a fucking hot air balloon.
Does that take them out of the game?
Yeah, it does.
For the rest of
Nice. The game modes are a lot of fun. Right now, there are a lot of server connectivity issues. I get disconnected from servers a lot. I've had a couple instances where I've loaded into the game and everybody else I can hear just fine, and everybody else is clearly loaded just fine, but I'm staring at a black screen, and I have to Control-Alt-Delete and shut down the program that way to like actually end the task to be able to reboot the game and try to jump back in. But other than that, it's a lot of fun. The other thing that kind of bothers me is it's like a separate client, but you have to boot it up through the single player Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I don't like when games do that either.
So you boot up single player Metal Gear Solid, say you want to play multiplayer in the menus, and then it closes the game down and opens up a separate client. You have to wait for that to load. And then it puts you in like an open world, and you can just run around shooting targets or try to find a server. But the game modes are a lot
Was
of
it
fun.
not made by Kojima Productions? The multiplayer?
No, it was.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It was. It's been in beta for a long time, but it just came out. The console plebes did a lot of the beta testing, and then they ported it over to PC. But from what I've read, it's equally as good on PC, if not better, actually.
Hey, Palmer, just be glad you're getting it on PC. Hey mate.
Yeah, I'm really fucking loving it, like I said, and the game modes are what makes it a lot of fun. So there's like it has a take on deathmatch, which is what I've really been playing a lot of mostly. So you can choose two different character type. Well, you can choose from three different character types, and then you can choose whether or not you want to go stealth or you want to go lethal, and it rewards you in different ways for playing one or the other. So if you go lethal, you can still, you have more of an advantage. You can kill things and stuff, but every time you kill somebody, a bounty gets placed on your head. So every time you kill additional people, the bounty gets higher and higher, and it gets to the point where the enemy team can just kind of see where you are at all times. And if they kill you, they get a lot more points for killing you. Whereas if you do things stealthily, you get 2 points for every you don't kill somebody. You can like knock them out or use your tranquilizer gun and knock them out that way, and then you Fulton them into the air, and that gets you 2 points for each one, and you don't get a bounty on your head. So like there's different incentives for playing different ways, but it's still like a standard deathmatch in the terms that each team has a set amount of tickets, and the first team to lose all their tickets like wins. But the other thing is if you're playing stealthily, you actually every time you Fulton somebody, you gain 2 tickets, or you get 2 points towards your total score, but then you gain tickets back for your team also because the Fulton counts as a reinforcement for your side. So like it's just enough of like a twist on everything to make it feel pretty fresh. And it's I don't know, it's so much fucking fun. it's I've seen people running around with cats on their heads, just like shooting things. It's wonderful. What a wonderful video game. I'm so glad they did it. If you own Metal Gear Solid and you haven't played the online, you are doing something wrong. That's the bottom line.
But it seems like they already had a pretty fun built-in multiplayer aspect to the game, with like the invasions of the different mother bases.
Oh yeah.
That seems just like an extra awesome thing that they added on.
That's still there, and that directly affects your Metal Gear Online stuff because your character is tied to your mother base. So all the resources that you have at your mother base and stuff like affect what you can and can't do in the multiplayer game. So it's interesting. Like this, it's like I said, there's enough twists on the game modes, and the fact that your single player experience affects how you do things multiplayer. It gives you it adds an additional incentive for people that are really hardcore into the new Metal Gear game to continue to play both the single and the multiplayer. Like, it's cool. I like it. I like what they do with it, and I'm looking forward to future content from it.
All right then.
Well, cool.
Well, I believe I will bring this to a close, as we have talked for about over an hour. And that's usually we have.
I think this is a pretty good cast today.
Yeah, first of the year, all refreshed.
Yeah, lots of insightful, informative stuff.
Yes, that.
Jose was talking about terrorism and
Jose does like terrorism.
And
today we learned Jose is a murderer.
Yeah.
If you missed it earlier, but we don't know what it means.
That is slander.
It's not slander, if it's
Sir.
true.
Well,
Still slander.
that does it for episode 33. Tune in next week for our future antics, and we'll see y'all later. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Also, Tim's a poser.
Tim is a poser.
Yes,
forget
I
that.
learned that
I'm
too.
a poser. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, don't ever forget.
At least I'm not a murderer, Palmer.
Hashtag never forget. Tim.
Oh, but Palmer likes Starbucks, so
Oh, Palmer likes
He's the
he's a
worst.
hipster. I forgot about that. He's the best cast ever.
Absolutely. All right, take care, everybody. We'll see y'all next week.
peace.
Bye.